Stop scrolling. This message is not random, and it is not for everyone. If you are still here, it is because heaven allowed you to hear this at the exact moment you needed it. Chosen one, something sacred happened inside you today, and God noticed it. In the next few minutes, you are going to understand why heaven paused, why the enemy reacted, and why your life will not remain the same after this revelation. Stay with me, because missing this message would mean missing clarity God is releasing right now. Today, something shifted inside you. It was quiet, but it was powerful. For the first time in a long time, you stopped seeing yourself through fear, failure, and the weight of your past. Even if only for a moment, you began to see yourself through God's eyes. And when that happened, God smiled. Not because you were perfect. Not because you had everything figured out. But because you finally began to agree with what He has always said about you. Heaven does not pause for noise. Heaven pauses for alignment. Today, heaven paused because a lie lost its grip on your mind. Shame weakened. Fear loosened its hold. You questioned the voice that has been speaking against you for years, and that moment shook the spiritual realm. The enemy thrives on agreement, and today, you stopped agreeing with the lie. That is why this moment matters more than you realize. The exact moment God smiled was when you refused to accept the voice that said you were behind, forgotten, or not enough. That voice was never from Him. Scripture tells us that God rejoices over His children with singing, not when they perform, but when they return to truth. Heaven celebrated today because you are waking up, and awakening always threatens the enemy's plans. The enemy was never afraid of your success. He was afraid of your clarity. Because once you understand who you are, you stop settling for less than God's best. You stop shrinking to survive. You stop apologizing for obedience. Your identity is spiritual warfare, and today, your identity disrupted plans that were built to delay, confuse, and limit you. You may think what happened today was small. A quiet realization. A decision not to quit. A moment of peace instead of panic. But heaven does not measure moments the way humans do. God celebrates progress, not perfection. That internal victory you experienced today marked the beginning of spiritual promotion. It may not be visible yet, but it has already been authorized. When you see yourself through God's eyes, shame loses its authority. Fear loses its voice. Delay loses its power. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are being prepared in private for what will be revealed in public. Stay with this message, because what you are hearing now is part of that preparation. Something has shifted inside you. Not around you, not externally, but internally. Old cycles are breaking quietly. Discernment is awakening. Your spirit is becoming sensitive again. This is not emotion. This is alignment. And alignment always comes before acceleration. You are not who the enemy said you were. You are not who your past tried to label you as. You are who God says you are. You are chosen, loved, protected, called, and destined. If this truth is resonating with your spirit right now, pause for a moment and type, "I receive it," in the comments. This is not for engagement. This is an act of agreement, and agreement activates transformation. If this message is speaking to you, do not ignore it. Subscribe now, because these messages will continue to meet you exactly where you are. Turn on notifications so you do not miss the next word that is meant to guide, correct, and strengthen you in this season. God smiled today. A new chapter has begun. Stay present. Stay obedient. Stay open. Share this message with someone who needs encouragement right now, because God may use you as the confirmation they have been praying for. Your season has shifted, and your season of becoming has officially started.